Under the hazy neon glow of Hollywood in the 1950s and 60s, there were doors that only opened if you were powerful enough, scandalous enough, or reckless enough. These clubs the stars frequented weren't just playgrounds of glamour. They were secret arenas of desire, hidden deals, and whispers Hollywood spent decades trying to bury. Tonight, we step behind that shimmering curtain, into the shadows where the brightest icons once gambled their careers, their reputations, even their freedom, just to keep certain nights unrecorded and unseen. Are you ready to unlock the door Hollywood never wanted you to find? Let's dive in. The Clover Club, the first symbol of Hollywood's dark side. The Clover Club on Sunset Strip was once hailed as a paradise of glamour, but in 1950s-60s Hollywood, that was just the surface. Behind the red lights and hazy jazz, the city's darkest secrets quietly unfolded. Nights with no cameras, no reporters, only power, money, and temptation. Rumor has it that any young actor hoping to climb the ladder of fame had to step through the doors of the Clover Club at least once. Famous actresses like Jean Harlow, Clara Bow, Joan Crawford, Barbara Stanwyck, and even Mae West were said to have frequented these nights, where studios insisted on absolute secrecy. They came not just to be seen, but to meet the forces that could make or break their careers. In the dim light, every invitation carried hidden meaning. Every smile had a price. The Clover Club was notorious for its underground gambling, strong drinks, and VIP rooms where secret deals happened well past 2 a.m. Roles could be handed out, contracts torn up, and the future of a star could change with a single whispered conversation in the shadows. Scandals that were never recorded, stories Hollywood buried for decades, all began to surface here. This was where the true dark side of Hollywood first revealed itself. The Trocadero, where Hollywood's lights conceal its darkest secrets. If Mocambo was where Hollywood's golden dreams shone, the Trocadero was where the shadows quietly crept in. Opening in 1934, the Trocadero quickly became a glamorous yet treacherous hotspot for stars, directors, and powerful producers. Step inside, and you'd find sparkling lights reflecting off polished wooden floors, jazz drifting through the air, and walls steeped in the scent of liquor, smoke, and secrets. Famous actresses like Rita Hayworth, Hedy Lamarr, Lauren Bacall, and Vivien Leigh were said to have graced its nights, not just to shine, but to navigate the circles of power the public would never see. Nights at the Trocadero were more than parties. They were shadowy negotiations where careers, reputations, and even freedom could be traded with a word, a wink, or a knowing smile. The Trocadero was notorious for its hidden VIP rooms, behind-the-scenes deals, and all-night soirees. Stories of gambling, fleeting romances, and buried Hollywood intrigues still circulate in industry whispers. This wasn't just a club. It was a place where Hollywood's dark side first stepped into view, for those bold enough to enter. Macombo, Hollywood's playground of glamour and secrets. If the Trocadero was the shadowy heart of Hollywood nightlife, Mocambo was the glittering crown, but even its sparkle hid darker truths. Opened in 1941 on the Sunset Strip, it quickly became the hotspot where the city's biggest stars came to be seen, to mingle, and sometimes to gamble with more than just money. Think of it as a stage where champagne flowed, jazz played, and every smile, every flirtation could carry a price. Legends say actresses like Marilyn Monroe, Rita Hayworth, Jane Russell, Ava Gardner, and Lauren Bacall were regulars. Not just for the music or the food, these women knew Mocambo was where deals were made, careers were shaped, and reputations tested. Behind the velvet ropes, in the hidden corners and private booths, whispers of romance, power struggles, and secret favors floated in the smoke-heavy air. You never knew which glance could lead to a role or a scandal. Macombo was famous for its VIP tables, private performances, and late-night gatherings where the city's elite let their guard down. It was Hollywood at its brightest and its most dangerous. Every night was glamorous, every night was electric, and every night someone walked in hoping to shine, while learning just how expensive that spotlight could be. Ciro's, the glamorous stage. Where secrets played out on Sunset Strip, Ciro's wasn't just a nightclub. It was Hollywood's glittering arena of charm, ambition, and quiet danger. Opening its doors in 1940, it quickly earned a reputation as the place to see and be seen. Celebrities sashayed in under crystal chandeliers, champagne in hand, while the world outside remained oblivious to the deals, flirts, and whispers swirling behind the curtains. Stars like Elizabeth Taylor, Grace Kelly, Ava Gardner, and Marilyn Monroe were said to make regular appearances. They weren't just attending dinner or enjoying the live music, they were navigating the hidden networks of influence. In Cairo's private booths and VIP rooms, producers, studio heads, and powerful socialites negotiated roles, favors, and sometimes much darker arrangements. One wrong move could cost a career or an entire reputation. What made Ciro's infamous wasn't just its luxury, it was its exclusivity, the smoky VIP corners, and the allure of absolute discretion. Every night carried the thrill of forbidden encounters and whispered secrets that would never see the tabloids. It was Hollywood in its purest, most seductive form, dazzling on the surface, but with shadows lurking just beyond the light. The Garden of Allah, where Hollywood's secrets bloomed in the shadows. Nestled in the heart of West Hollywood, the Garden of Allah was far more than just a nightclub. It was a legend. By the 1940s and 1950s, it had become a sanctuary for Hollywood's elite, a place where glamour and scandal grew side by side. The sprawling property, with its bungalows and lush gardens, offered privacy that even the most intrusive reporters couldn't penetrate. Here, stars could step out of the public eye and into a world where the rules of Hollywood didn't apply. Actresses like Tallulah Bankhead, Greer Garson, Vivian Leigh, and Jean Harlow were rumored to have walked these grounds, mingling with producers, writers, and socialites. Behind closed doors, deals were made, romances sparked, and secrets traded, often at the cost of careers or reputations. Every corner of the garden seemed alive with whispers. Someone's rise, someone's fall, a fleeting passion, or a dangerous liaison no one outside would ever know. The Garden of Allah was infamous for its private bungalows, hidden parties, and a culture of discretion so strict it became part of its mystique. Here, the line between luxury and temptation blurred. Every night promised laughter, music, and champagne, but also risk, intrigue, and the unspoken game of survival in Hollywood's elite circles. In the garden, beauty and ambition thrived, but shadows always lingered. The Slate Brothers Club, Hollywood's hidden den of temptation. By the mid-1950s, the Slate Brothers Club had carved out a reputation as Hollywood's most provocative playground. Nestled on the Sunset Strip, it wasn't flashy or advertised. It thrived on discretion, exclusivity, and the thrill of the forbidden. Celebrities, studio executives, and socialites slipped through its doors to mingle, flirt, and negotiate in an atmosphere charged with power and desire. Famous actresses like Jane Mansfield, Sophia Loren, Debbie Reynolds, and Kim Novak were rumored to be regulars. They weren't just there for the music or cocktails. They were navigating the unspoken networks of influence. Private rooms and hidden alcoves allowed conversations, alliances, and sometimes even more illicit liaisons to unfold away from prying eyes. A smile here could land a lead role. A wrong move could derail a career. The Slate Brothers Club became notorious for secret VIP areas, all-night parties, and an air of unpredictability. Behind its elegant facade, anything could happen. Whispers of romance, power plays, and scandalous deals that studios worked tirelessly to keep out of the headlines. Every evening at Slate Brothers was a high-stakes dance, where ambition, desire, and danger moved together in perfect shadowed rhythm. Just the Candy Store, Hollywood's secret playground for rising stars. By the late 1950s, the Candy Store had earned a reputation as the ultimate hidden gem for Hollywood's young and ambitious. Tucked away on the Sunset Strip, it wasn't a place for the casual fan or curious reporter. Only those in the know, rising stars, influential producers, and daring socialites found their way through its doors. The atmosphere was intoxicating, dim, colorful lighting, the hum of jazz and chatter, and an unmistakable undercurrent of flirtation and intrigue. Actresses like Natalie Wood, Tuesday Weld, Shirley MacLaine, and Connie Stevens were rumored to frequent the club. They came not just to be seen, but to navigate Hollywood's hidden networks, to test their charm, and to explore the opportunities or dangers that lurked behind every private booth. Here, every glance could be a promise, every word a deal, and one night could change the trajectory of a career. The candy store became legendary for its secret VIP corners, late-night private parties, and a culture of discretion so strict that the stories rarely left the room. Behind the neon lights and laughter, hidden romances, whispered negotiations, and scandalous encounters played out in plain sight, but out of reach of the public eye. For those who dared to enter, it was a place where ambition, temptation, and secrecy collided in true Hollywood fashion. The Whisky A Go scandal. They pretended never happened. Inside the neon-soaked walls of Whisky A Go, the nights were always louder, wilder, and far more dangerous than the headlines ever admitted. Everyone knew the club was a magnet for rock legends, but only a few insiders remembered the night Hollywood's most admired starlet walked in and turned the entire strip upside down. She arrived wrapped in a white faux fur coat, nothing underneath except a silver slip dress rumored to be so thin it shimmered like liquid glass under the club lights. The moment she stepped onto the balcony above the stage, every musician stopped mid-note. A spotlight accidentally swept across her, revealing just how daring that dress really was. Gasps, cheers, a few scandalized whispers that the press would have killed to get their hands on. Security tried to dim the lights, but the damage was done. Half the room saw what the studios had spent years hiding, the glamorous starlet who lived nothing like the characters she played on screen. That night, a photographer snapped a single forbidden picture from the dance floor. Studio executives spent weeks hunting down that photo, buying negatives, threatening lawsuits, and silencing anyone who claimed to have seen it. To this day, old rockers swear the photo still exists, locked in a private collection, a frozen moment from the night Hollywood's sweetheart accidentally became a legend of the Strip.